Welcome guys, this is Kingsley from Ielts Blast. Today we'll be treating another question on true false not giving. And the title of this passage is Preserving Guiding. Preserving Guiding. So don't forget, this is a real Ielts question from British Council and Mode IDP. So please follow us on YouTube. If you have not subscribed to this channel, make sure you subscribe to it and also click on the notification icon. As I've said before, you will gain a lot from this channel. Okay, now let's take a look at the question. But you can see now that the passages are long. I will keep telling you, do not read the whole passage because it is going to waste your time. You don't need to read the whole passage. The passage is too long. And this is the reason why most students does not finish in the exam. Just pay attention to your scanning keyword and to your target keyword. So use your scanning keyword to locate the exact place in the sentence in the passage and then read that sentence clearly. Then you now what? Choose your answer. So let's underline all our scanning keyword in all the question. As usual, you can see the instruction. True if the statement is true, false if the statement is false, not given if the statement is not in the passage. Now here are the questions. So we can see all the questions here. So let's underline all our scanning keyword in the question. So the number 14 question, the scanning keyword here are collecting seed. That is the scanning keyword. You underline it. Then the other one is what? Purpose. You also what? Underline it. The number 15 keyword there is what? Millennial Seed Bank. You also what? Underlining. Please, I told us that your scanning keyword could be 3 or 4. 3 to 4 keyword is what you have to what? Scan. You have to what? Underline from the question. So number 16, the scanning keyword here is or are plant species extinction. Then farmland expansion. Then wilderness. These are my scanning keyword. The next one, which is 17, the scanning keyword here are scientists. Store seeds. These are the scanning keyword. And then farmers. So number 18, the scanning keyword here are technological development. Then plant species. So number 19, the last question. Financial problem. This work of seed conservation. These are my scanning keywords. So you see now that I've underlined all the scanning keyword in the question. So now let's dive into the passage now to look for them. The first question, which is question 14, says, the purpose of collecting seed is now is different from the past. Look at the statement, the purpose. They may not use the word purpose in the passage, they may just tell us the real reason why they are collecting what? The seed. So let's scan for the sentence. So let's scan for it. I told you check for it line by line. As you are moving your hand, make sure you are looking for those keywords line by line. Okay. I've seen some seed here. Okay. Oh, I've seen collect here. So I have to underline this collect, conserve. Okay, conserve. I've also seen conserve. Why did I underline that conserve? You will see the reason later. But the seed, I've seen seed here. So that means that the whole of this sentence from here downward is what I'm to read carefully. So what do I need to do? I need to underline the whole of that statement and then go to the question first and read before coming to the underlined statement. The question says, the purpose of collecting seed is different from the past. Okay, now let's take a look at this particular statement. And don't forget, the whole paragraph is talking about preserving garden. Now, some seek seed for profit hunting in the employ of biotechnology firm, pharmaceutical company, and private corporation on the lookout for species that will eat the drug or crop of the future. Others collect to conserve, working on hard, the seed slide into extinction, facing so many plant species. Now, if you pay close attention to the meaning of this statement, you will find out that from year to year, this is the reason why they were collecting seed in the past. So the real reason why they were collecting seed in the past is because they want to use it for profit making. So they want to sell it to biotechnological firm and pharmaceutical firm and even other private corporation. Because this corporation, they use this seed for drugs and for other purposes. So this statement here is making reference to the past. Why now? This one now is now making reference to the present. And why is it the present? Because there are some plants that are already facing extinction. They want to fade out. So the reason why they are saving it for it now is because they don't want those plants to go into extinction. So that's why if you read this statement, you find out that it has the same meaning with this. The purpose of collecting seed now is different from the past. They stated the reason why they were collecting it in the past, and they now stated why they are not collecting it now. And the reason why they are collecting it now is to prevent it from extinction. So the answer here will be true. So I told us that we should always check for what? The meaning. The meaning. So you can see that the purpose was clearly stated. The purpose of the past and the purpose of the present. It was clearly stated. So the answer here will be true to this statement. So we are done with this first one. Now let's take a look at the next question. The next question says the Millennium Seed Bank is the easiest seed is the earliest seed bank. The Millennium Seed Bank is the earliest seed bank. The target keyword here is what? Yeah, this one, the part that said earliest seed bank. Earliest is the main word here. Earliest. That means that at the beginning. That means that from the start. Okay? Now let's take a look at, or let's look for our scanning keyword, which is Millennium Seed Bank. So let's take a look at it from the passage. Okay? So you continue from passage for paragraph B and scan for millennium. Okay, it's not in paragraph B. Let's scan for millennium. Let's check paragraph C. So you see the way I'm moving my hand? That is how you have to do it on your test day. Oh, see, I've seen the millennium here. Can you see it now? Millennium Seed Bank. You underline it. So that means that in this place, this is where I'm going to read. Let me just read the whole sentence here and see whether it relates. Now, the question, I told us that once you underline the statement, just underline it and go back to the question to read. The question says what? The Millennium Seed Bank is the earliest seed bank. Earliest seed bank. Okay, so let's check the question again. The statement in the passage. It said, he and 3 other seed hunters work at the Millennium Seed Bank, an 80 million pound sterling international conservation project that aims to protect the world's most endangered wild plant species. So you can see now that this statement is totally different from what is here. This one, they did not make mention of what? Earliest. They only just say preserve. So the answer here will be what? Not giving. So they didn't make anything reference to what? Earliest. So you see now that it is very easy. Look at the statement here. The statement says what? He and the 3 other seed hunters work at the Millennium Seed Bank, an 80 million pound sterling international conservation project that aim to protect. You see now, protect. Is for what? Protection. So you see now that they didn't make mention of what? Earlier. So that's why the answer it is what? Not giving. So the next question, which is what? 16. So 16, let's look for the scanning keyword. Plant species extinction, farm land expansion, wilderness. So let's scroll down. So this was where we saw the answer to number 2. So let's scroll down to see whether we'll see the scanning keyword for question 16. Let's scroll down. Don't forget farmland expansion, desert. That is our keyword we are looking out for. That is what we are looking out for. So let's move our cursor. Oh, I've seen extinction here. So let's still scroll down. Let's just scroll down. Oh, I've seen wilderness here. Then I've seen farmland here. Okay, so you can see now that I've identified my keyword, my scanning keyword. So that means that I will need to read this, probably read this. Yes, that is where I'm to read. Maybe I need to read the third sentence. Let me just read from here to here. Because for me to understand the other one, I need to what? Read from here to here. So let's go back to the question again. I've underlined it. Let's go back to the question. The question says, one of the major threats for plant species extinction is farmland expansion into wilderness. That's one of the what? Major threat. Farmland expansion into what? Wilderness. So let's read that statement. And the statement says, the reason is simple. Thanks to human effort, an estimated 25% of the world plants are on the verge of extinction and may vanish within 50 years. We are currently responsible for habitat destruction on an unprecedented scale, and during the past 400 years, plant species extinction rates have been about 70 times greater than those indicated by geographical record as being normal. You see now that 70 times greater, that means that it is more. You see now that 70 times greater, it means that it is really expanding. The rate is really what? Increasing. Experts predict that during the next 50 years, further 1 billion acres of wilderness will be converted to farmland in developing country alone. And the question says, one of the major threats for plant species is farmland expansion into the wilderness. Farmland expansion. That means that the wilderness is going to come in. And if you look at the statement here, the statement here says what? Experts predict that during the next 50 years, 1 billion acres of wilderness will be converted to farmland in developing country. So you see that this statement here, if you read it clearly, you understand it, you find that it has the same meaning with this. And that's why this answer here we would choose what? True. True will be the answer of question 16. You see now that it is very easy to what? To know. Please always understand this underlined statement in the passage. It is very, very important. Your understanding of it will make it clear whether it is true, false, or what? Not given. Now let's take a look at the next question. And the next question says what? The approach that scientists apply to store seed is similar to that of farmer. The approach that scientists apply to store seed is similar. So our target keyword here is what? Similar. So they must be the same. Similar. They must be what? The same. Similar. It is similar is our what? Target keyword. Similar is our target keyword. Now let's scan for the keyword now. The scanning keyword from the passage. Okay, we start from F. So scientists, we start from F. You see the way I'm moving my cursor? That is how you are to do it on your test date. So you have to follow it this way. Okay. Let me go back to the question again. The question says what? The approach that scientists apply to store seed is similar to that of the farmer. So let me check this paragraph H. Okay, they mention the name of a scientist here. Can you see it now? The scientist here is what? Dr. Paul Smith. So they mention his name here. So he's a scientist. So we have to what? Underline it. They said, let's see whether we'll see anything. Okay, we have seen farmer here. Okay. Okay, so you see now that, so we have to read from here. These are first sentence. The second sentence, I think we would need to read up to the third sentence. Yeah. For we to really understand what the scientist is saying. For we to understand what this scientist is saying. So now, you see now that I've underlined the exact place now. So I'm reading the question. The approach that scientists apply to store seeds is similar. Okay, they have to be similar. Okay, let's go back to the question, the statement, and let's read. They say seed bank are an insurance policy to protect the world plant heritage for the future, explained by Paul Smith, another Q seed hunter. Seed conservation technique were originally developed by farmer, he said. Storage is the basic we storage is the basic what we do. Conserve plant until you can use them, just as in farming. Smith said there is no reason why any plant species should become extinct given them today technology. Can you see it now? So do you see the way he admitted? He admitted the storage system used to store seed by farmer. So as far as he has admit, it means that this statement here is true. This statement here is true. So if you read this statement very well, you find out that he has admitted that that is what they should be using. So there is no need of even changing it with the modern technology today. So you see now that this statement here and question 17 is true. Always focus on what? The main reason. The main reason. Understand the reason. So if you go through this, you find that it has the same meaning with this 17. Thank you. So now let's take a look at the next question. Technological development is the only hope to save plants. So our target keyword here is only hope. Only hope. Only hope. That is our what? Our target keyword. So let's scroll down. Let's see whether we see anything that has to do with technology being the only hope, or it is not the only hope. Okay, let's scroll down. See the way I'm searching for them line by line. Let me see whether I will see anything that has to do with technology. Although I found technology, yeah, but I don't want to just say it's the answer. So let me just look for another place that has technology development. Okay, let's check. Okay, there is no other place that has technology development. So that means that, let's still go through this statement again. They said Smith says there is no reason why any plant species should become extinct given today's technology. I think there is nothing relating to that in the passage. So let's use not given here. Don't want to waste any time. Not given here is the answer. So this place will be what? Not giving. Is it clear? Okay, now let's do the last question and not the least. The last question and not the least. The work of seed conservation are often limited by financial problem. So the work of seed conservation are often limited by financial problem. Okay, financial problem. So we need to see something that has to do with finances. Okay, let's check. Let's check this. Let's check this. Let's check this. Whether we see anything that has to do with finances. Let's check. Okay. Okay. Yeah. The main mention of money. Yeah. Okay. The main mention of money. Let me see. They said. Let's go through this again. Let's go through this again. They said the budget has been cut down in a quarter and remains static for about 30%. The UN this land. Let's check the question. The question says the work of seed conservation. The work of seed conservation is often limited by financial problem. The seed conservation, yeah. Okay, let's just read. Let's just read this statement here. And this statement, in fact, the entire statement. Let's read the entire statement. So let's see whether it relates to the question. Okay. Okay, I've even seen lack of funds here. So let's read everything here. They said many seed banks are themselves under threat due to lack of finances. Very simple and straightforward. Many seed banks are themselves under threat due to lack of finances. And look at the question. The question says what? The work of seed conservation are often limited by financial problem. So let's read ahead. Last year, Imperial College, London, examined cross collection from 155 countries and found out that while the number of plant sample has increased in 2/3 of the country, the budget has been cut in a quarter, and the remain statics in another 35%. The UN Food and Agricultural Organization and the Conservation Group on International Agricultural Research has set up a global conservation trust which aim to raise $260 million to protect seed in perpetuity. You see now that there was a lack of fund. That was the reason why they have to raise what we call a global conservation trust. The aim of this thing is to raise money. So that means that they were having financial what issue. Because if there was no financial issue, they wouldn't have raised this global conservation trust. So if you find out here, you find out that lack of fund, which is one of the financial difficulty they were having, make this statement to become what? True. So the answer here is what? True. So you have to read this statement very, very well to check. You find out that everything they stated here was as a result of lack of or limited finances. And that's why this seed conservation were what? Limited. So following this scanning and target keyword, it make it easy for you. Please, if you are under any circumstances that you are not understanding in, please just leave the question and go and solve other question first. Other question. So if there is still time, come back to it, it will become clearer to you. So that is one way you handle the true false not giving. I hope this video has been helpful. If it does, kindly subscribe to our channel today, and I guarantee you will get higher score on this. Also click on the notification bell to receive any video we upload. Thank you so much. I hope you understood everything that has been explained here. And don't forget, true false not giving question, all the answer follows what? Order. All the answer follows what? Order. You see it now. And always underline the passage. Always underline the statement you found from the passage. It does make your work easy. You see the way I've underlined everything here? It does make your work easy. Thank you so much. I hope this video has been helpful. Have a wonderful day.